All right. Saw me one too. All right. Yo, what's up? Um, bro, it's just been something that's been on my mind for the longest time. I've been stuck on video ideas, but there's just one that keeps speaking to me, and I didn't know how to really approach it because there's not really much out there about this. And that's how to like find yourself with strict parents, bro. And no, I'm not just talking about how you dress, but just like your interests. And I know a lot of people in my position feel they kind of feel trapped, like they have to put on a face when they go home or in front of their parents, and no one really likes not being able to speak freely, or like nobody wants to be a stranger in front of the people that care about them. Every situation is different, but this is just like, again, there's no way to approach this, but I'm just gonna tell you how I approached it and what I did. So it's basically an anecdote on how I kind of slowly like made my parents, it sounds fucked, but made my parents not really give a fuck about what I do, because if I did what I did now back then, or when I started, they would have definitely like disowned me. And you can't go too far because you don't want to be sent back. So yeah, that's basically what this video is about. All right, my boy, and it's a beautiful day outside, and just look outside, bro. Yo, I deleted a clip by accident, but yo, people are nice as fuck, bro. I was so scared about recording. Yo, this old guy doing his little marathon came up to us and was like, "Yo, what you doing?" And yeah, we just had a nice conversation. But yeah, like back to what I was saying. You gotta start gradually, because if you do everything at once, bro, it becomes overwhelming. And then you also don't want to get like, I don't know what your situation is, but it really depends. Like, this isn't just about strict parents, but it could be about like your friends. It could be about anyone that you feel like is holding you back from being who you actually are. Right? I've had both instances, and I feel like you just gotta go gradually, because if you do too much at once, you won't even be able to like take it yourself, and that, like, you can't do that either. So you gotta find that balance and see see what you like. So when I started gradually, right, I mean, I didn't even know what I wanted myself at the time, but all I know is just I didn't align with the people around me. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, it doesn't have to be a good thing either, but um just find what you like and just slowly start like changing yourself. And bro, I used to get clowned back in school because I was like one of the first motherfuckers that really cared about how I dress, and people would call me gay and shit, bro. Next thing you know, everyone cares about how they dress now, bro. So people at the end of the day are just fucking scared because they don't want to make that first jump. So you just gotta not give a shit and do what you gotta do. Every case I've seen of people that had overly strict parents, bro, every single case, they just become more and more like, strict parents just leads to more and more secrecy. It doesn't actually lead to obedience, and that's a true thing. Unless you're like fully bubbled from the world, you genuinely don't know any better. But especially when you move to like a Western country where you have access and your environment is different like this, you're just gonna create like the most secretive, lying, manipulative, fucking like CIA double agent people that you will ever meet, bro. Like, I would be doing the most just to wear a necklace outside, bro. It genuinely, like, in every single case I've seen, this is what happens, bro. You can see it on TikTok. There's people that talk about, like, I've seen a video on TikTok. This girl would sneak she would say she was going to uni, and no, she lied to her parents and got a res and said that the uni only accepts people if they go on res, even though it's right beside her uni. And then she went and lived with her boyfriend in secret using the money that her dad gave her. So, like, if you think about it as a parent, like, this is just parental advice too. Like, all my friends that have had parents that allow them to be straight up with them, they end up being closer to them. And yeah, they get into fights, but it's never like secrecy and them like not confiding in their own parents, because bro, at the end of the day, your parents lived a life before you, and they know, like, typically they know what's better for you or not. But if you don't even feel safe to open up to them, then bro, that shit's just like you're just gonna be on your own, and it's just gonna lead to more and more secrecy, which is what you don't want. That's why I feel like it's necessary to really just thrive on your own and really figure yourself out and try to gradually do it. Because if there's like a extreme case and you just like end up homeless on the street and your parents genuinely don't give a fuck, bro, That's not the method either, bro. Another thing is though, like I'm so happy my older sister was there because honestly, I would have never had the balls to probably do it myself. My sister wasn't there with me because sometimes it does get hard. Sometimes they be clocking your shit, and especially if you're by yourself, bro, it's hard to take. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. So
You need somebody to like help you power through it.
yeah, yeah. So like in that sense, I'm grateful, and I know every situation is different, but as you get older, because like also like I had this really weird mindset. All right, hear me out. So I couldn't act up too hard when I was younger because I could get sent back, and I did not want to get sent back. I didn't think my parents would actually do it, but you never know. So the older you get, and the more you're like integrated into your fucking life in this like I guess okay, I'm in Canada, so in this country, now they can't send me back. But
I mean, some parents would though. Some parents would still send you back.
bro, just don't get on the fucking just don't get on the plane, bro.
Just don't get on the plane.
Yeah, but yo, you also gotta like not give a shit sometimes, cause like they'll threaten to like throw your life out the fucking window, and you're just gonna be like, I bet,
Oh, yeah, I
right?
definitely agree with that. Sometimes you got to stand your ground because if you never stand your ground, then they'll know that like you'll just do what they say.
Yeah. So you got like another thing that I did was I just lowered their fucking expectations of me, bro, which sounds fucked, but hear me out. Like it started with fucking phone calls, bro. I'm teaching y'all how to be a bad kid right now, but like I still love my fucking parents, bro. It's just I did what I had to do to to be my own person. And I understand they couldn't understand because they're from like a different time and a different place, bro. Like it's normal. I still got love for them, but yeah, as I was saying, I started with just like not barely answering calls. So when I did answer calls, like once every fucking 5 calls, they wouldn't even question it anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like some of my friends think that's fucking crazy of me, right? But now I just have so much more freedom to do what I want, so it's fine. Yo, another thing is like don't fully hide your interests in front of them. Like show that you're still one of those like you can't be like for example a fully religious kid in their eyes and not do anything wrong, but then when you're outside you fucking completely 180. You gotta like kind of show them your real side in the way you act and stuff. So when it actually happens, they're not surprised. You know what I mean? It's like the motherfuckers that like wear hijabs everywhere, but then once they fucking leave or they're by themselves, take that shit off and they do a full 180. Like because then your parents are just gonna be shocked as fuck. But like for me, like I've been doing so many little things, like for example having like art up in my room or just wearing outfits, and they get mad at me for wearing shit, but I'm just like, you know what I mean? It's like little things that you can take, but the big things you do gotta hide, because then it's like it's not like a fucking full out like 200 pump in their face, they're just taking like storm tick just like that. So when they finally gets to them, they're not surprised.
That like some people reach that level where their parents are just too strict and they are just forced to live a double life, and then it just feeds into your previous point, which was to not live a double life with your parents.
Okay, well, again, every situation is different, but what I'm talking about is when I say live a double life is like when you talk about your parents. Like I know some people that don't even like listen to music in front of their parents, right? So it's like if it's something like that, fucking listen to music, bro, because then they won't be as shocked. But there's people that like I'll go back to that example. Will be a goody two shoes. What I'm talking about is you can like take baby steps and talk to them about the things you're interested in. They cannot agree with you, but it's not to a point where they can take action on it. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah,
So like that's what I do like personally. Like I literally talk about, oh yeah, yo mom, I love earrings. I'm gonna get my ears pierced, and she goes, fuck no, you better not do that shit. But I've been saying it for so long that it doesn't even like register in her brain anymore. But when I do it, she's not gonna be that shocked. Does that make sense?
yeah.
But like that's an extreme case. Another thing I could talk about is you could just like talk about how you love like for example a certain type of like fashion style, right? For example, at the time I really like baggy pants, and my mom was like, "Yo, that shit's ugly as fuck," and I just started wearing them. She got mad. She threw a fit for like a week, but then it's fine,
What's the
bro.
worst that'll happen
Eh,
is baggy pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, at the end of the day, you'll live, bro. Sometimes you gotta go and take that. So you gotta take baby steps, but there's sometimes where you gotta take that extra step just to like check, just to like get them. Like they'll get mad, but they'll get over it. But then there's like certain things that you can't do, obviously, which is like I don't know, get a tattoo, right? Then they're gonna be fucking like they genuinely might get mad because it's something permanent. But yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
You
I
see
do
what I
agree
mean?
with you. Yeah.
You just gotta find the balance and see what clicks with your parents and doesn't, because then you can end up like, hey, that's old, bro, respectfully, and you don't want that, bro. Where you have to fucking get home at 4 p.m. as a grown ass man. Like another thing I did was I just came home late to the point where I would come home so late that now if I come home at like 12, like 1 o'clock, they're not even mad. But if I come home at 4, they'd be mad. Or like I would just sleep over and they would get mad for like the first while. But now if I just let them know that I'm sleeping over, they genuinely don't care. Because at the end of the day, they just want to know you're safe. You know what I mean? Like let's say one time my dad tried to like, you know what I mean? He's like, you're not coming home. When I was at the front door, I was like, I bet. So I left, and I was outside for like a couple hours, but he folded.
I mean, I did that too.
He
I've
did.
been through that too.
Yeah.
Like my dad just closed the door and said, "I'm not letting you in." I said, "Bet, I'm just gonna leave then."
Yeah, so it's just like you gotta sometimes you just gotta fucking thug it out and do shit like that because they don't want to like unless they're fucking batshit crazy, which I know some motherfuckers got that shit. I mean, like respectfully, my mom's kind of like that too, but um, you just gotta do that, and then they don't want to see their kid outside. You know what I mean? On the street, they're gonna let you back in, and it's not like you're doing anything crazy, bro. You just like for me, I went to Wonderland, bro. All I did was go to Wonderland, and they did that shit, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Like that's crazy, bro. That's actually insane. So now they don't do that shit anymore. But like as you get older, like my dad just became more chill. When my mom comes, that's gonna be a different story.
I mean, yeah,
But
usually that's what happens. Like you just get older, begin being more lenient, because like you're just getting older, bro. Like you're a grown ass man now. You can't just be controlling your whole life.
yeah, and like another thing is like this is really for like yeah you can get old and still live a double life. So if you want to still be in like your teenage years and still be able to do things you want, I would like these are the things that I did to really try and do the things I want. But like don't like again, this advice is a double edged sword because you can take it too far and you could just cook your own life, which you don't want to do that. You want to have a balance of being able to have fun, do the things that you want to do, but not fucking end up on the street as a fucking crack addict. You know what I mean? So find that balance. Take this advice with a grain of salt.
It's definitely gonna take time.
It will take a lot of time.
Yeah, like you can't expect just becoming your true self at like 18 years old and just expect your parents to fully accept that, not do anything about it. You've got to like introduce it gradually while you grow older.
Yeah. And another thing that I used to do was I would like that ass like my jewelry. I wouldn't wear it in the house, and then over time like I would put them on and then I would take them off when I go home. Over time, I just stopped giving a fuck. And one time, my mom caught me with all my chains, all my bracelets, and she was pissed as fuck. She was like, "Yo, I had a dream once that you'd come with tattoos, earrings, bracelets, all that shit." And I'm like, I looked at my sister and I was like, "Yo, that shit's real, bro." She's about to flip out. Anyways, like there was one time where she just caught me with the necklaces. And another thing is, bro, like it's not really that they care about the necklaces themselves; it's they care about their picture around other people. So what she's told me was she was like, I don't care if you wear it, but when people come over, take that shit off. And that low key pissed me off because it's like it's not even you don't even care about the actual rules of it. You just care about what other people think, which is something that pissed me off. But now I can wear all my chains and shit at home, and she doesn't care. And it took a while, but now like she doesn't care. None of my family cares because I'm getting older, I guess. The last video was good. The quality was there. I think the script was pretty good too, but it's just very like I don't have time in my life to be doing that right now, to be putting that much effort, and I want to, but what matters is just putting shit out there, right? And it's better to create something than create nothing, and you're just stuck in the fucking back doing nothing. Bro, recently, it's been a while, but recently I've been moving. I know I put a community post on it, but bro, it's been hard because when I'm back in another city and I'm by myself, I feel like I'm just isolated and that forces me to do more. Also, when my machine's not set up, bro, it's hard because that's what like kind of locks me in. Now I just feel like I'm on my phone for so much longer instead of being in the mindset to create. So like I've been trying to figure that out, but I will because this is what I want to do at the end of the day. That's all for today. This is gonna be really raw and like unedited, just because I just want to get my shit out there. Yeah, I still love creating. I want to keep doing this, bro. Sometimes it gets hard, but I'll try my best, bro. And I'll see you guys soon. All right.